You ever walk out on your porch, coffee in hand, power washer still humming, and find a plastic sleeve stuck to your door like someone's trying to prank you with the world's most depressing slice of American cheese? Yeah, me neither. Not until that morning. The paper inside had a logo that looked like a 5-year-old's idea of government, a wreath, a gavel, and some kind of eagle that might have just been an ambitious pigeon. And in big blocky letters it screamed the kind of threat only a bored HOA can deliver. You have to vacate this house. You have 12 hours. No please, no hey, hope you're well, just the kind of deadline that makes you wonder if your neighborhood got annexed by North Korea overnight. I must have read that thing 3 times before I even processed the words. I mean, covenant uncertainty, I'm sorry. Is that a medical condition? Am I supposed to call my insurance? Soren from next door spotted me standing there looking like I'd seen a ghost. He raised his mug, world's okayest dad, and grinned. You get one too, I told him. Nope, just me. I guess I'm today's uncertainty. He laughed, but you could tell he half expected his own name to show up next. You want help moving those rocks in your garden? Maybe they meant the rocks, he said. Wasn't even joking. Last month, the board made me submit an architectural request just to move some landscaping stones, same rocks that had been there since dinosaurs, probably. They denied me for, and I quote, scale incongruence. That phrase still haunts my dreams. I stared at the letter, let the blank side look back at me like it was embarrassed for its own front. I'm not going anywhere, I muttered. Soren grinned. You want backup when the circus rolls in? Oh, absolutely, I'd pay him in muffins. After texting a photo of the letter to my sister and my friend Marta, who lives for this kind of HOA meltdown, I started my house war checklist. Not a joke. If you've ever owned property in an HOA, you know there's always a checklist. Body cam phone cameras. Big bold sign. Occupied. Entry without consent is trespass. Printed another. I do not consent to search or seizure, call police. Is that paranoid maybe, but around here it's just Tuesday. Is Dom. Then I drafted the classic notice of non-consent and claim of right. The kind of thing that makes even the cockiest clipboard pause. I'm the owner, my dues are paid, and any attempt to remove me without a court order is illegal. Basically touch my doorknob, and we're both meeting new friends who wear badges. A little after 8, my phone buzzed. Unknown number, so I put it on speaker because, adrenaline makes me want an audience. This is Kendra, president of the association. You could hear the lanyard swinging through the phone. We need you out by 8 tonight. Tenant arriving at 10. It's already done. In what universe, I asked if she really thought she could evict an owner and rent out my home. It's not eviction, it's temporary occupancy reassignment due to covenant uncertainty. Which covenant is that exactly, I asked. The authority is implied, she replied with all the conviction of a kid inventing a rule mid-game. I pressed, who's the client? She dodged. We don't disclose private applicants. So pack my life for a mystery renter who doesn't exist in my world. When I asked if the call was being recorded, she said no. It is, I replied. Thanks for clarifying. You think the board can take my house with 0 court order. She hung up and I laughed out of disbelief more than anything. Next call was to the non-emergency police line. Self-help eviction from my HOA, planning to bring a locksmith. The dispatcher sighed like she'd heard it all before. They can't remove you without a court order and a sheriff. If they show up, call us back. Wrote down my incident number in big Sharpie and taped it inside the door banner style. Around 9, Soren popped over with 2 muffins. What's a covenant uncertainty anyway, he asked, eyeing my signs. Whatever they want it to mean. Probably that I didn't ask permission for basil on the porch. That basil does more good than the board ever has. We ate muffins like they might chase the nonsense away. By 10, I'd printed enough paperwork to kill a small forest deed payment records governing docs, all color tabbed and ready. Every tab was revenge. No self-help owner rights board indemnity, and of course renting. The docs made it clear owners can rent out their own homes, not the board. End of story. At 11, my ring cam buzzed. Some guy in a tucked polo, sunglasses on a lanyard, clipboard in hand, knocked with the rhythm of entitlement. I opened the door chain on just for the principal. Brand Community Management. I told him he was on camera, and he handed me a notice. We'll be back tonight with a locksmith to conduct the turnover. Please have your private items removed. I said, you so much as step inside, I'll call the police, file a claim on your surety bond, and report you for illegal lockout. He flexed his jaw. I don't need a license to deliver notices. Good thing you're just delivering, I said. Take a photo and enjoy your day somewhere else. Texted Marta management guy came, claims locksmith at 8 p.m. Want to catch nonsense on camera? She shot back, bringing a cameraman and a furry mic. Smile a lot. Lunchtime, made sandwiches. Called the city to see if any code notice was on my property. Sherry from the building department looked it up. Nope. She laughed, said if anyone pretends to be from the city, let us know. Wrote her name down for the record because in HOA wars, names are ammo. Stopped by Iris's house 2 doors down. She's got Rocket, her golden retriever service dog board. Hates him, of course. Tried to fine her for his weight. Asked for medical proof, all that. She'd filed a complaint, board retaliated with non-compliant grass. When I showed her my letter, she said, this is wild petting Rocket's ears. They just tried to make her register Rocket and buy a tag. Don't do it, I said. If they charge you for your rights, add it to the complaint. She promised to call her cousin, who's a lawyer. Invite him over tonight. I grinned. Could use a witness. Back home, Soren was noodling on his guitar. Neighborhood watch tonight, he declared. Me, my partner, a couple others, lawn chairs in the driveways. Just watching. Matching shirts, I joked. Maybe hats, citizen of nowhere. Printed a letter to the HOA's attorney copying management. Any attempt to change locks or enter, I seek injunction. Cease and desist. Hit send with a subject line guaranteed to ruin their Friday urgent illegal lockout attempt. At 5, Kendra and her clipboard crew came for a pre-turnover walkthrough. I cracked the door. No, you're not coming in. You're making this difficult, she sniffed. It is difficult. It's my house. Breaking state law isn't community thinking. One clipboard guy looked like he wanted to be anywhere else. By dusk, the driveways filled up. Soren and his partner in folding chairs. Iris and Rocket on the sidewalk, Denny with his drone just practicing night flight, sure. Marta and her cameraman arrived, mics ready. The sky turned indigo. Bran and the locksmith rolled up first, then Kendra's car, then the clipboard twins. Parade of the self-important. I stood on my porch phone recording door closed signs front and center. Evening, Bran said, trying to play it neighborly. You're on camera, I replied. Kendra waved to the locksmith. Please proceed. I held up my hand. Before you do anything, I need this on record. I am the owner. You do not have a court order. Any attempt to change the locks or enter is illegal. You'll be trespassing. If you proceed, this becomes Exhibit A. The locksmith hesitated, glanced at my deed, read it, then said, I'm not getting involved, packed up and left. Steak over headache, always the right call. Bran turned beet red. You're obstructing. I'm occupying my home, I said, and the city would love to know if you claim any authority. Kendra whipped out her phone to film me. Oh, the irony. Marta stepped up. Could you state your names and roles for the camera? Absolutely not. Kendra snapped. Last chance, Bran threatened. You'll be in violation. Of what? I shot back. Your feelings, Soren called from his lawn chair. 5 cameras on you, man. Choose peace. And you know what? That's what did it. People recording from porches behind curtains, all standing witness. There's a kind of community that only forms when someone tries to break it. The HOA crew retreated in a little parade of shame. Kendra called out, You'll hear from us. I hope so. I grinned. I grew up on stern letters. That night didn't sleep much. drafted records requests, board minutes, all communications contracts, anything about occupancy reassignment. Sent it to management and Kendra. Also asked for financials. Backed it all up to the cloud. By morning, replies rolled in. Attorney said no access without court order. Brand stalled on records. Kendra sent a passive-aggressive masterwork about hostile communication, laughed right into my coffee. When Rocket and Iris stopped by her cousin Abe, the lawyer joined on speaker. At minimum, he said they attempted illegal lockout harassment breach of fiduciary duty. Document everything. If they keep it up, file for a restraining order or recall the board. So I started recall paperwork. 22 doorstep speeches later. Illegal lockout. Unauthorized rental harassment. Misuse of funds. This could happen to you, and neighbors started sharing their own stories. By 3 p.m., we had enough signatures. Sent the petition to Brand Kendra, the attorney, and had Abe script the meeting. Special meeting, full house, Kendra and Brand looking like their genre changed from drama to documentary. Presented the evidence lockout attempt stranger with a suitcase unauthorized rental. Hands raised, ballots counted. Board recalled, interim appointed. Auditor hired. Management company terminated illegal pet fees. Scrapped proper policy passed. State moved to suspend the manager's license. Attorney General got involved. Kendra sold her house, and rumor says that Gavel's collecting dust somewhere. Things calmed down. Sarin played guitar. Rocket supervised. Basil thrived on the porch. I kept that 12-hour notice in its sleeve reminder that authority without law is just a Halloween costume. So listen, if a letter like that ever shows up on your door, take a picture, make coffee, call neighbors, call the city, call a quiet lawyer, tape your deed to your mind. Be polite but relentless. Paper wins over heat. Most folks, if given a choice, pick steak over headache. And if you're ever handed a 12-hour ultimatum, remember the clock's theirs, but the house is yours. Bring witnesses, keep records, breathe deep. Because at the end of the day, it's not the boardroom that makes a community. It's the porches, the dogs, the muffins, and the folks who'll sit with you when the circus comes to town. So if you ever had a run-in with petty authority, what did you do? How did you fight back, or did you just let them win? I'd love to hear your story. Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about what justice really means and why standing your ground matters more than any rule book ever written.